Hello everyone, Salam Nacho. I hope all of you are doing well. In this video, we will discuss the first unit of IGCSE Chemistry, which is called Planet Earth. So the first topic of Unit 1 is the natural cycles and resources. So we will start from what cycles really mean. So any process that is repeating itself after it is completed can be defined as cycle. Now the natural cycles are also known as biogeochemical cycles, where bio stands for life and geo for earth. So cycles that deal with nature and earth can be defined as natural cycles. In this unit, we will discuss three different cycles, which are the water cycle, the carbon cycle, and the natural nitrogen cycle. The importance of water is already known to us. 71% of Earth's surface is covered by the water, and that is why our planet is also known as blue marble. Due to the distinctive temperature of our atmosphere, water is available in all three states of matter, and due to that reason, we have a very distinct water cycle. So in this figure, you can see the whole water cycle. So the water cycle starts by evaporation of water from sea, river, lake, or any other water resources, and through transpiration, which is the leaving of water from the plant surface through the stomata. Transpiration takes place to keep the plant temperature to normal, especially during the summer. So it's another process which we studied in grade 8 also. Later, the water vapors gather in the atmosphere and are cooled down to form the tiny water droplets that eventually form the clouds. When the temperature increases, precipitation takes place, which is the falling of rain, snow, or hail from the sky. When the water reaches the Earth's surface, it is used by the plants, animals, and humans, while the leftover is again sent back to the sea, where again the cycle continues. If we divide the water cycle into steps, we can say that it starts from the evaporation, which takes place by the heat energy provided by the sun. By the heat energy, evaporation of water takes place from the sea, lake, rivers, etc., and the vapors go to the atmosphere. Then, when the water vapors cool down, they turn into liquid and tiny droplets accumulate to form the clouds. When more and more droplets stick together to form the rain clouds. And eventually, when the temperature in the atmosphere increases, the water falls back in the form of rain, snow, or hail. Part of the water enters back the sea, rivers, and the lakes, while others is used by the plants, by the animals, and humans according to their demand, and eventually that water is again sent to the sea. The second cycle, which is going to be discussed here, is the carbon cycle. So despite the less amount, it is very important to all the life on the universe. The common examples are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, fossil fuels like petrol, gas, coal, graphite, and diamond. Commonly, the carbon is present in the form of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. And why carbon dioxide is important? Because it is used by the plants to make food by the process of photosynthesis, which is already known to most of us. Now, in the same way, the aquatic plants use it to make their own food, and some of the animals that live underwater also use the carbon to make their shells. The carbon dioxide is captured and stored in our atmosphere when the animals eat the plant. The CO2 present inside the plants is transferred to the animal bodies. Again, when the animals and the plants die and their bodies are broken down by some bacteria, some of these bodies, if buried under mud, under the right pressure, can be turned into fossil fuels like coal, petrol, or natural gas, which are again the types of carbon. In the same way, the sea creatures die and their bodies, under the right conditions, may convert into limestone, which is again a type of carbon. So these are the ways that carbon is stored in our atmosphere. The captured carbon dioxide is released back into the atmosphere when we breathe or respire. In the process of respiration, we take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. Now, living organisms like plants and animals release carbon dioxide when they are decomposed or broken down by the microorganisms. In the same way, when something is burned, we have already studied a carbon dioxide is produced, especially if things like wood, fossil fuels that contain carbon inside their body. These carbon, when burnt, is combined with the oxygen and eventually they form carbon dioxide. But due to the increase in the burning of the fuels, problems like global warming, greenhouse effect are also increasing. So the increase in amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere is alarming situation. So here in the diagram, we can see that carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere. That carbon dioxide is used by the plants for the photosynthesis. And when the animals feed on these plants, they get the carbon dioxide inside them. When these animals respire or they decay or they decompose, again they release the carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So the cycle is completed along with the many other ways mentioned inside the diagram. The last cycle mentioned in this unit is the nitrogen cycle. And nitrogen is also very important for the plant growth as it is the main component of the chlorophyll, which helps in the absorption of sunlight and eventually the photosynthesis takes place. Our atmosphere is made up of 78% of unreactive nitrogen, which means under normal conditions the nitrogen that is present in our atmosphere cannot be used at all. Normally, the plants get nitrogen from soil in the form of nitrates and animals get it when they eat the plants. Eventually, when the plants and the animals they die and they decompose, this nitrogen is again given back to the soil. Nitrogen fixation is a very important natural process in which some bacteria present in the roots of some plants converts the nitrogen in the atmosphere into ammonia, which is a compound of the nitrogen. The second way is through the lightning during the thunderstorm. What happens is the temperature is increased due to the lightning, which causes the atmospheric nitrogen to react with oxygen along with the water. So they three combine together to form the nitric acid. That acid, when falls back to the surface through the rain, is provided to the soil. And the third way is called the Haber process, in which industrial way is used to collect the nitrogen from the atmosphere. So these are the three ways in which the natural nitrogen present in the atmosphere is provided back to the soil. So when you look at the figure, you can see that the nitrates are already present inside the soil. These nitrates are used by the plants for the production of food. Now, when the animals feed on the nitrogen is transferred to their body. And when the animals excrete or when they die, they decompose and eventually they give back the nitrogen to the soil. Again, there are some natural ways like Haber process, the lightning and rain process, and the nitrogen fixation process through which the nitrogen is again given back to the soil. From soil it is used by the plants and again the cycle continues. So far we have discussed the water cycle, the carbon cycle and the nitrogen cycle. I hope that you understood it all. Thank you.